Hello friends, I am Dr. P.S. Patil. Welcome you all to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'll be explaining elements of analog communication system. So let us first understand what is the term communication. It is process of information exchange. It is what a human being do to convey information, idea, thoughts, feeling with each other. Now what is electronic communication system? Electronic communication system is electronically designed system for communication. Why? Now let us understand why electronic communication. There are different means we are using for communication. Like we are using facial expressions, we are using languages for communication. But one of the most barrier to using these means for communication is the distance. So a limited distance communication is only possible with uh, traditional means where we are using the facial expressions or different languages. Long distance communication is not at all possible without electronic media. There are many electronic systems we are using today, such as mobile telephony system, radio and television broadcasting, Wi-Fi, WiMAX, Bluetooth. So today all these communication standards are major part of our lives. It has completely changed the way we live today. Especially the wireless communication is growing explosively, and it has completely changed our life. The another features of using electronic communication system is high speed communication is possible. We can provide high security to the data transmitted over the channel. There are many applications possible now because of electronic communication system, like online shopping, booking, banking, browsing, gaming, etc. Now let us understand the generalized schematic of analog communication system. As far as electronic communication system is concerned, there are two types of electronic communication system. One is analog communication system and other is a digital communication system. So in this video, we'll understand what are the different elements of analog communication system. So you can see the schematic of analog communication system, and there are different elements that take part in the communication system. So at one end, there is a source of information, and one user is transmitting the information from one end, and at other end there will be receiver. The another user will receive the transmitted information. So transmitter at one end, receiver at other end, and channel in between. So these are the basic elements of any analog communication system. In general, if we consider any analog communication system, it consists of transmitter at one end, receiver at other end, and channel in between. Now what is information source? The information source generates the message or information to be transmitted. Information can be of any form, like it can be text, audio, video, image, or it can be symbol or signal. Transmitter is collection of different electronic blocks, the function of which is to transmit the incoming signal and convert it in the form suitable for the channel. Now what is channel? Channel is the medium, or it is the link between transmitter and receiver. The physical medium includes the examples of channel, if we consider, are the copper wire, coaxial cable, fiber optic cable, or it may be the waveguide that connects the two ends of transmission, or it may be the free space or the atmosphere. So based on the type of the channel, there are two types of the electronic communication system: a wireline communication system and wireless communication system. If a channel like cable or fiber optic cable, it exists between transmitter and receiver, it is called as wireline communication system. And if there is no physical channel exists between transmitter and receiver, and if it is the free space or atmosphere we are using as the channel, the system is called as wireless communication system. At the other end, we can see in the communication system there is receiver. The receiver block receives the incoming signal and decodes it or demodulates it and converts the received electronic signal into its original non-electrical form. Now we'll look at the types of electronic communication system. So electronic communication systems are broadly classified into uh, different types based on for example based on the direction of communication. So based on direction of communication, electronic communication system is classified as simplex and duplex. Simplex system is unidirectional system. It allows transmission in one direction only. So transmitter is allowed to transmit in the simplex system and receiver will only receive the signal. Example of simplex system is radio broadcasting and television broadcasting, where receiver is not allowed to transmit anything and transmitter transmits, receiver receives. So it is unidirectional transmission. The another type of transmission is duplex transmission or duplex communication system, which allows bidirectional transmission. So both the ends in the communication can transmit as well as receive. Then the system is called as a duplex communication system. There are two types of duplex communication systems. First is half duplex and second is full duplex. Half duplex is again a bidirectional communication system but not simultaneous. Whereas full duplex transmission is where both the ends can transmit and receive simultaneously. So example of full duplex system is mobile telephony system, whereas example of half duplex system is walkie-talkie. The another way we can classify electronic communication system is based on the nature of information signal transmitted through the channel. So when the information signal is continuous with respect to time, continuous in amplitude, then it is called as analog signal. And if the information is transmitted in analog form, the system is called as analog electronic communication system. On the other hand, when the information is converted in the binary form and that binary digital signal is transmitted over the channel, the system is called as a digital communication system. The third way we can classify electronic communication system is based on technique of transmission. So when the electrical equivalent of the information signal is transmitted directly over the channel, then it is called as baseband transmission. The electrical equivalent of information signal is called baseband signal, and when we put baseband signal on the channel for transmission, the transmission is called as baseband transmission. On the other hand, when we are using wireless communication, what we are doing is we are taking help of high frequency sinusoidal signal as a carrier and we are superimposing baseband signal onto the carrier, and the information superimposed carrier called the modulated signal is transmitted through the channel. This technique is called as broadband transmission technique, or it is the technique that is based on modulation. Thank you all.